Next question, we have Brother Nadeem asking that, and this is actually Brother Nadeem email, but we have at least 3 or 4 questions, so I'm going to combine them all together. That in his workplace, there is a gift exchange that takes place around this time frame. And even though the word Christmas is not mentioned, still it happens around this season. And everybody is supposed to give an anonymous gift. They put it into the pool, and then this person gives the person in an anonymous manner. So basically you are participating. So he is saying, if I don't participate, it looks very bad. And if I do, am I committing any sin? As well, we'll tack this on as well, that what should I do if my colleague passes by me and says Merry Christmas to me? What should I do if they greet me with Merry Christmas?
وما أرسلنا من قبلك إلا رجالا نوحي إليهم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون.
So this is now the corporate setting. Okay, we are now talking about you in your office place. And you have these various things taking place in your office. Once again, we need to look at إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ and what is going on. What is going on with this gift exchange? Is there any hint of worshipping other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Are people giving their servitude to another God in this corporate environment? Or is it being done for camaraderie, for pleasant environment of the corporation? I think it is very clear that given the circumstances that we live in now, given especially the secular nature of the Western world, that these gifts are not being done to worship other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are not presenting it to a god, a false god. You're not presenting a platter to an idol. This is a mutual gift exchange that is done for camaraderie, for building some office rapport. And in fact, we have authentic narrations from the Sahaba in this regard of accepting gifts. In fact, this is much more. The riwayat I'm going to report to you is much more than what this brother is asking about. This brother is asking about secular, corporate, generic festivals in the America that we live in. This is not in the church. The Sahaba, the athar I'm quoting you, they were gifted from the religious communities because of the religious festival, not just some generic stuff. And realize that the Sahaba, they conquered lands that were majority non-Muslim. And in particular, Iraq, when they conquered it, and of course Syria, but Iraq, when they conquered it, was a land that predominantly was Zoroastrian. Right? They were what we now call in our lands Parsis. We call them in our India, Pakistan, Parsis, right? They were called Parsis because they came from Persia, Farsi. So we call them Parsis. So this Zoroastrians, they came because the Muslims conquered. That's when they came to India. So these Zoroastrians were the predominant people of those regions. And there are multiple narrations from the Sahaba regarding the gifts that happen on their festival days. The festival day of Nowruz, for example. So of them, for example, Ali radiallahu anhu, when he was the Khalifa of Kufa, and of course he was surrounded by Zoroastrians. On the day of Nowruz, he was gifted with many gifts from their religious leaders, from the people. He's the leader now, and these are minorities. So they want to now basically give. So he was gifted many gifts, and he accepted all of them. No problem. Another narration. I love this narration. You'll see why. He was gifted something called faludaj. This is in the hadith, by the way. Okay? Desi people, faludaj isn't Pakistani. Don't worry. It goes back ancient Faris, ancient Persia. You did not invent faludaj, don't worry. It goes back, okay? But the term is exactly the same. Now, their faludaj wasn't mango and kulfi and ice cream. Their faludaj was honey and milk and other things. But the asl was, what we have. It's been, of course, we have now version 3275, I think. But their asl faludaj was a cold drink of milk and honey and other things. Now we have added mango lassi and other things, and the weird worms, and I don't know what you call it, whatever you call it, but what do you call it? Huh? Spaghetti noodles that are there, all of that. I'm pretty sure the ancient Iranians did not have that. Oh, Arabs, you don't have faludaj, right? Arabs, huh? You have no idea what faludaj is. You don't know what you're missing. So Ali radiallahu anh. And you will see why I love this narration, and my respect for Ali radiallahu went up 10 notches after this narration when I first came across it. Ali radiallahu anh was gifted faludhaj. He ate it and he loved it. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Man after my heart. He said, what is this? They said, it is faludhaj. He said, what's this? Why are you gifting? What is going on? So they said, today is Nowruz. Nowruz, of course, by the way, what is Nowruz? Naya Roz. Still in our Sanskrit and Urdu, Naya Roz, new day, Nowruz. Today is Nowruz. It's the festival of the New Year's, the holy day, the holiest day for the Zoroastrians. And still to this day, Iran celebrates Nowruz. Even the Muslim population celebrates Nowruz. It has become a different thing. But anyway, back then it was a religious festival, akin to Christianity, akin to Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever. Today is the day of Nowruz. Nowruz is a religious festival. They gifted Ali radiallahu anh faludhaj. What did my man say when he was gifted faludhaj? May every day be a Nowruz for you. He went up, respect, mashallah. Anyway, that was just a joke. He deserving of our respect whether we like faludhaj or not. But if you like faludhaj, then mashallah. But here's the point, and subhanallah, and again, to be gentle, some strands, they interpret Islam in a manner that life becomes so difficult and unreasonable, and they claim to follow the Salaf, and the Salaf themselves had very different lives from those who claim to follow them in our times. Ali radiallahu an who is he? Do I need to give you the fada'il of Ali? Is anybody going to accuse him of not following the Salaf enough? He is the Salaf. Ali radiallahu anh is being gifted faludhaj on the day of Nowruz. Like imagine a Christian gifting you, because it is Christmas, I'm gifting you this. And he smirks, he smiles, he goes, great, every day should be Nowruz, give me this every day, I don't mind. You are not worshipping other than Allah when you eat faludhaj on Nowruz, alhamdulillah for that. You're not worshipping other than Allah if your Christian neighbor gives you something on Christmas. He's being happy on his day, he gives you something. Now, there are some conditions, and I'll mention them. Aisha radiallahu anha was asked by one of the Sahaba. We have some Zoroastrian neighbors. So some of the Sahaba are back in Medina now. Okay, Aisha never went over there to that place to live there. Somebody is in Medina, and she asks Aisha, we have some Zoroastrian neighbors. They gift us on their Nowruz, fi Eidihim, which is their Nowruz. They gift us, what do we do? Can we accept or not? What does our mother say, radiallahu anha? Listen, whatever was sacrificed on that day, do not eat. But whatever comes to you from fruits and plants, meaning vegetables and non-meat, eat. So, on that day, they're going to sacrifice to the false gods. They're going to mention the name of other than Allah Azza wa Jal. Don't eat that meat, Zoroastrians, because Zoroastrian meat is different than Ahl Kitab. You should know this. Zoroastrian meat is not Ahl Kitab. So the meat, don't eat. But the fruits and vegetables, and faludhaj is basically non-meat, alhamdulillah, okay. The fruits and vegetables, he said, eat from it. The sweets, eat from it, no problem. This is Aisha radiallahu anha. As well, we have Abu Burza, who settled also in Iraq, and he would tell his family, his wife and his children, that on the day of Nowruz, anything that comes to you from the meat, don't eat. But anything else that comes, go ahead and accept it and eat from it. So what was haram was their sacrifice, because the Zoroastrians are not Ahl Kitab. So if they give you some meat, do not take their meat. But if they give you anything else, sweets, halwa, laddu, anything, no problem, accept it. These are the Sahaba, and their day was the holy day. So, in the corporate world that we live in, this isn't even Christmas, what they're asking us to do. There is no deification done. Nobody is worshipping a baby God. Nothing like this is happening. It's just a generic. Now, obviously, if we're in a Muslim land and you are a corporate owner, why would you do this on the 25th of December? For you, I will say, fear Allah Azza wa Jal. We have our rituals, we have our festival, but when you are going to work and the corporate over here has announced that, okay, on the, what day is it usually done? 15th, 20th? What day is it usually done? 20th or so, right? Anybody? When is it usually done? What, before Christmas or after Christmas? Before Christmas, the 20th or so, right? In the week before. Yeah, so, 15th, whatever. On this day, everybody bring a $20 gift. We'll pull our names from a bag and we'll just swap over gifts, okay? Where is the worship being done to other than Allah? Nothing. How can it be made haram? I agree, if you are in charge of the company and you're in a Muslim land, why would you bring in on the 25th of December? But that's not the case here. So, khulasatul qawl, nihayat al-mataf, there is nothing wrong whatsoever in participating in this exchange of gifts. In fact, even more than this, if they actually gift you on the day, for the day, because of the day. We have the athar of the Sahaba here. You can accept, and then when your turn comes, you gift them back. When it's the day of Eid, I actually encourage all of you on the day of Eid to bring something special for your colleagues, to bring something extra. This is a means of da'wah. Nobody can say no to some baklava, okay? Nobody can say no to some nice, gulab jamun, or bring faludaj, mashallah, because we have adopted faludaj now. We took it from them, we upped the bar, we raised it, mashallah, because now faludaj has, mashallah, the mother of all, which is ice cream. Now you have ice cream, mashallah, tabarakallah. Ben & Jerry's vanilla, by the way, that works good on faludaj, so just FYI. So, if you gift your colleagues faludaj, going to be a bit difficult, but if you manage to do that, or anything good on the day of Eid, and then they gift you back on their Christmas or holy days, there's nothing wrong with this, as long as what they're gifting you is halal, obviously.
لا يزال الخير حيا لا يزال إن في الدنيا سلاما وظلال أخبر الأيام أنها في وصال قم بنا وانظر لآيات الجمال قم بنا وانظر لآيات الجمال